first we're going to go over the dashboards and how to access the different dashboards. What we're going to do is we're going to click the three little buttons right here, and we're going to click Create Dashboard. Now we're going to start by giving it a name. So if you already have a dashboard and you just want to make something similar but don't have permissions to edit it, you can just go ahead and clone it. In this case, we're going to start from a blank dashboard. Now, if you want everyone in your team to be able to look at it, what you're going to do is click on Project and then select the project. We're going to do IT again. And then you can select your roles. However, I would by default leave it at all. Then you're going to click Add and click Add there. Now it'll take you to a page like this. If you want different columns or a different layout, click on the Edit Layout button and it will let you pick a different layout. I personally like the 2 columns, so I'm going to leave it like this. Now the next step is picking what you want on the dashboard. So we're going to click on Add a New Gadget, and by default it will hide all of the gadgets. So we're going to click on Load All Gadgets. As you can see, there's a bunch of different gadgets, but we're not going to focus on most of them because they're not pertinent to what we're working with. What we're going to do is we're going to add a gadget for what percentage of request types we get, as well as a trend graph of created versus resolved. Now, as you can see here, there's a created versus resolved, and then we're going to go find a pie chart. And because everything adds up to 100%, a pie chart is appropriate in this circumstance. So we're going to drag this over here and create the 2 different columns. And then we need to set up the filter. And this just tells it what data do you want in your graph. So we're going to click on Advanced Search. And we're going to go into Projects and select IT. Now, there's a bunch of different statistic types. So what we're going to look for here is issue type. And we're going to set it to update every 15 minutes. And click Save. So look at that. You can see that we've had one of each. Now we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do IT. You can also do a custom filter, which I will get into later, that you can apply to this. Okay, we want this to be a daily period. We only need to see 14 days. We're going to do it based on the count, which is this is how many were submitted in that day, versus cumulative, which is how many were there total. We're going to show a trend of unresolved issues, and we're going to go ahead and do all versions. Update every 15 minutes and click Save. Now, as you can see here, for IT, they had 1 and 1, just like that other report. And this is a great trend to see because you can actually see that the unresolved trend is not increasing. If we would have had another one go up here, that was 1 extra request without it being resolved, you would see a spike right here up to 1. Okay, that is it for the dashboards. If you have questions or you would like one configured for you or with your team, please contact me, Timothy, and I can go ahead and do that for you. Okay, the last thing that we're going to go over is issue searches. So, in your projects, as you'll know, there are a limited amount of queues. That is because I cannot determine everything you'll ever want to look at. You have the ability to actually search for the issues yourself. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click Issues and then search for issues. You can also see down here that there is some of the pre-built filters and some of the custom filters that I've built. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build our own filter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and walk through how to create your own filters. So by default, there are quite a few here. However, sometimes you need to know a little bit more information. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do a new search, and we're going to say, I want to see all requests that are assigned to me, regardless if they're open or closed. Okay, so we're going to say assignee equals Timothy Visser. And notice how I put in my name and it changes it to what it needs to see. Then we're going to click on search, and it's going to pull up all of these requests because they're all assigned to me. Okay, now we only want to see the open ones. An easy way to filter this out is by the resolution status. So we're going to say the resolution equals, and notice how it pulls up all of the different resolution statuses. We're going to say unresolved. Now it filters it down to these two. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save this and say my unresolved requests. And we're going to save that. And then in the future, all you have to do is click on issues and click on my unresolved requests. It will automatically take you there. Or you can go into issues, search for issues. It'll bring you to this blank page, or this blank search, which has everything in it. And then you can just click on my unresolved requests. Now from the dashboard, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go back here. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And I'm going to show you how to create a gadget linked to that filter. So we're going to go ahead and say edit gadget, and all I want to see is data about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into filter results and add that gadget. Now I can go into here, click this drop down, and see my unresolved requests. Now I'm going to go in and I want to add in the reporter and the due date because I need to know when this is due. This will also have the issue type, key, summary, and priority. We're going to set it to auto refresh and click save. Now you can see here, this has a low priority. Jeff reported it, and you see the summary. If I were to have requests from multiple departments, this will help me to actually be able to see what requests I need to be working on if I say need to be allocating my time between a software project and a project for IT, or just a simple password is locked out on my email. Now when we go into here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to complete this request so you guys can see it leave your queue. So when we go back into dashboards and click on my dashboard, you can see it's only there. You can also manage it straight from here. So if you want to go ahead and view the issue, edit the issue, assign the issue, or comment on it, you can go ahead and just click on this and it'll take you straight to where you need to go. Now the easiest way to do this is just to click on the request or click here and click view issue, and then you can do everything the normal way. Okay. Now the last thing that I want to show you guys, and this is just strictly for IT. Anyone who has a recurring request, say they have a monthly meeting, you are able to schedule requests. Now the benefit of this is that you can go ahead and create one request and it will auto recreate. So you can close the request and then it will create itself again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and auto schedule. So we're going to click more. We're going to click on schedule issue. Okay, so we're going to name this TIC meeting. And it's going to be a daily meeting at 12 o'clock every single day. And I apologize for the confusion. There is no way to change this. It says hours and minutes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on create.